Real love doesn't ask you to hide. It doesn't fear your truth. It holds it and still stays. The airport was noisy, buzzing with bodies, voices, and stories. But in the middle of it all, he stood there. Brandon, in jeans and a native kaftan top, one of those touristy ones with Niger printed badly on it. His hair was messy, his eyes swollen. He had been waiting 6 hours, 6 whole hours, hoping. I walked up behind him. He turned slowly, and for a moment he just looked like he was seeing me, really seeing me for the first time. Chimamanda, he said, his voice cracking. You came. I didn't come for you, Brandon. I said, I came for me, to say goodbye to the old story, to see what chapter comes next. We sat outside the airport cafe. Plastic chairs, smell of roasted corn in the air. And then Brandon spoke. I was scared, not of you, of what your truth meant about me. Because if I truly loved you, then I would have to admit I lived my whole life featuring who's worthy of love based on skin. He looked me dead in the eyes. I went to Enugu. I met Mama Onyinye. She made me to eat pepper soup. So hot I nearly passed out. But she looked me in the eye and said, if you want her hand, go learn her soil. So I did. He stayed in Nigeria for weeks. He went to village markets, learned how to pound yam, attended a local church, watched masquerades without flinching. He took Igbo classes, learned to say Igalum, meaning will you marry me? He cried when he saw the sculpture my father made, still sitting in a dusty shop in Enugu. He bought it, said, I want your father's hands to bless our home. That was the first time I believed he might be serious. One rainy evening, under the mango tree beside Mama Onyinye's compound, he went down on his knee, on one knee. No crowd, no lights, no filters, just rain and truth. This time, he said, I want to marry the woman you've always been. Chimamanda Amara Okeke, not the one I imagined, but the one I'm learning to love without fear. I didn't say yes immediately. I made him wait, made him sit with the discomfort, because forgiveness is not magic, it is earned. But in that moment, I saw a man sharing his privilege, choosing not what was easy, but what was right. So I said it, yes, but this time we marry on my land. Months later, under the white sky, Enugu sky, we held our real wedding. No lace white chapel, no filtered bios, just roots. I wore isiagu, the royal blouse of my people, red, gold with lion heads embroidered on the chest. My hair braided in long coiled ropes with cowries, coral beads around my neck, ankles, wrists, and my veil. It carried my full name, Chimamanda Amara Okeke Kennedy. Brandon wore agbada, yes, real, custom agbada, fitted, beaded, respectful. He danced with his groomsmen, Oyibo men stumbling to Igbo drums. Even his mother came. And when she hugged me, she whispered, I was wrong, so wrong. You're the strongest woman I've ever met. I vow to see you. I told him, not just your skin, your story, your culture, your silence, your scars. He said, I vow never again mistake whiteness for what? To love you out loud and to raise daughters who will never bleach themselves to be loved. I used to believe love had a skin tone, that some people got fairy tales, and others God-filtered love. But now I know, real love doesn't ask you to shrink. It doesn't flinch when it sees your scars. It holds them and calls them home. Brandon and I walk hand in hand through the red soil path behind Mama Onyinye's house. Children run past, laughing in pidgin. My veil trails behind me in the wind. My skin glows. His hand never lets go. We didn't just marry each other. We married the truth. And this time, it was enough. Moral lessons. Never bleach your identity for love. Love that demands you to erase who you are, your roots, your culture, your skin is not love. If you must hide your truth to be accepted, you're only postponing heartbreak. Hiding the truth is still a form of deception. Amara didn't lie, but she withheld her full self. And that silence became a trap. Real relationships must be built on truth, especially when it's uncomfortable. Racism isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in expectations. Brandon loved Amara until her blackness stood in full view. He never questioned her silence because it served his discomfort. Sometimes people don't want you, they want the version of you that makes them feel superior. Don't beg to belong where your identity feels like a burden. Whether it's a family, a friend, circle, or a lover. If your skin, accent, name, or culture is treated like a problem, you're not at home. Redemption is possible, but it requires work. Brandon didn't just say sorry. He went to Nigeria, faced the family, ate the food, learned the language, and stepped into her world. True love must do the work to understand. Your past is not a curse, it's a crown. Amara tried to run from her heritage, but in the end, the very roots she feared were the ones that saved her. Your culture, your skin, your name, they are not flaws, they are power. A wedding without identity is just a costume party. Marriage is more than rings and roses. It's a joining of worlds. If you walk down that aisle wearing a mask, you will spend the rest of your life suffocating. Never be ashamed of where you come from, whether it's dusty red soil in Enugu or a grandma who still prays with palm oil. That is your story, and it's beautiful. I hope you followed the story from part 1 to 3 to get the romantic gist. Do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on lovely stories like this on Afri Tales with Zobanwa. Thank you.